What if the walls standing in your way could crumble without a fight? That's exactly what happened when God caused the walls of Jericho to fall. And all Israel had to do was march around the city for 7 days and shout. Let me explain. This is the incredible story of the Fall of Jericho. Imagine being part of the nation of Israel as they journeyed through the wilderness for 40 years, finally reaching the promised land only to find it occupied by other people called the Canaanites. Their first major obstacle was a city called Jericho, which was surrounded by towering walls that protected the people inside. Building walls around cities was a common defensive strategy at that time, and these walls were so tall and strong that it seemed impossible to conquer them. But the Israelites knew that God had promised them this land, so they prepared for battle. Under Joshua's leadership, the Israelites marched around Jericho for 6 days, but they didn't attack on the first day. They just walked around the city in complete silence. Day after day, they kept marching, but still no fighting. It seemed like their only hope was fading with each passing moment, but they kept following God's instructions. On the 7th day, things began to change. As they circled the city for the 7th time, God told them to make 7 passes around the city, and then after the 7th pass, they were to shout. So they did. The priests blew their trumpets, and everyone shouted at the top of their lungs as loud as they could. And suddenly, miraculously, the walls of Jericho came tumbling down. The Israelites were able to enter the city and defeat the Canaanite army. They took over the city and everything in it belonged to them. This incredible victory showed that God was with them. And because they trusted him and obeyed his instructions, even though they didn't understand why they had to walk around the city for 6 days without fighting, God gave them a great victory. He helped them win their first battle and showed them that he was going to be with them as they continued to fight their battles. Are there any walls in your life that seem impossible to overcome? Maybe it's a situation that seems hopeless or a problem that looks too big to solve. Remember the Israelites who faced the seemingly impenetrable walls of Jericho? Their story teaches us that with God on our side, no wall is too high, no obstacle is too great to overcome. Just like the Israelites, we might need to wait and be patient. We may need to go around the walls of our problems several times, not in despair, but in faith, trusting that God will help us shout at the right time. When our time comes, we must be ready to take action, just as the Israelites were ready to shout on the 7th day. God will give us the strength and courage to face our challenges and bring down the walls that stand against us. Remember, with God, no wall is too high. No obstacle is too great. Amen?